Today we're doing a mock test with Linda. Linda, can you tell them how many lessons you've had with me?
Around 8 lessons, totally 12 hours.
But Linda's come from Newcastle.
Yeah,
because
so
she's moved to Newcastle. How many lessons did you have with your previous instructor?
It's around 40 hours.
40 hours. Right. She's gonna do a first mock test with me.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do the beer park, but it's starting
It's
to
raining.
rain. It's raining. So we're going to be out 30 to 40 minutes, depending on traffic, taking in various traffic and road conditions. One maneuver you practice with your trainer, possibly the control stop. Have you any questions?
No.
You will be driving independently by way of sat-nav for roughly 20 minutes. Okay. First question, could you tell me how you check your power steering's working?
The steering should not be
Go on.
after the ignition on.
Yeah.
The steering should not slide or spongy, and should be move easily.
Steering wheel should be light and responsive, yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Right, if you just follow the sat-nav for me, when you're ready. So you just follow the road ahead at all times unless you're directed by signs and markings, or unless you turn, which we'll do some of the time.
Alright.
And just follow it around to the right. At the end of the road, turn left, and the sat-nav should kick in from there.
You will arrive at your destination at 4:24 p.m. At the end of the road, turn left, Whitfield Court. Then, at the end of the road, turn right.
Linda, this is your first minor fault. It's when you merge out of this junction, you swing quite wide. Had there been a car coming from your left, and that car had to slow down or change course, then you would have gotten a serious fault for this. Now, why you've done this for, you did come out the junction slow, but it could have been slow because it's a really tight corner, it's a right angle corner, but it was your eyes that made you swing wide. You weren't following the curb round with your eyes.
Turn right, St. John's Road.
Serious fault number 1 for Linda. Linda, when you get to this junction, you can't see properly to your right because of the blue van that's parked in the lay-by. To the left, you can see clearly. Now, what happens is when you start to emerge, there's a car coming from your right and you cause that car to stop. The reason you done this for was because the last place you looked was to the left. Now you could see the left was clear. So the last place you should have looked before emerging out of this junction was to the right. Remember, learners, the minimum amount of observation at a junction is right, left, right. Linda does all those observations, but the last place she looks is to the left and then starts to emerge. She should have looked right and then seen the car and then not decide to merge. So right, left, right, then as many times as necessary.
End of the road, turn right, A690.
Thank you. Drive on when you feel ready. This is your second minor fault, Linda. What happens is when you pull up at the side of the road, I can sense that you're really nervous now, and when you drive off you forget to put it in first gear and the car starts to roll backwards. Then you panic and shove it in reverse gear. So when you get nervous, your brain doesn't work, and this is what happens. Learners do silly things like this. So I like how you pulled in, you got the mirrors in, signal in, you parked in a lovely position. It's all good stuff, but you just letting the nerves get the better of you.
At the end of the road, turn right.
I like this, Linda. What happens is you see the lights flashing on the left-hand side, and they say when lights are flashing 20 miles per hour because of the schools. A lot of learners would miss this type of sign. Can you pull up really close to the next park car but leave enough room to move off? About a car length. You and then drive on when you're ready.
To 300 yards, turn left, Black Road.
Minor fault number 3 for Linda. For approach speed, it's too fast. Now, the reason she approached too fast for is when she went for second gear, she took her foot off the brake and the car started to coast and pick up speed. Linda, this is a very hard technique to master, and this is what we've been doing on your lessons. I am impressed with your gas clutch, your mirror work, blind spot work. It's all good, gear changing, but we've forgot this skill where you keep the brake still as you bring your clutch up. Very important for you learner drives to make you a safe, skillful driver.
Turn left. After 100 yards, turn right, Brandon Lane, then turn left. turn right, then turn left.
Linda, I've not marked this, but you're very lucky here. There could have been a car coming from your right. What happens at this junction? This white car to your left lets you go. That's all good, but first of all, you need to check to the right. Now, what happens is, as you emerge, and that's when you're checking, what you need to do is stop, lean the top off your body forward, and then see if you can see. But you need to be ready to stop. So what you do is you're checking as you're moving out. Now, if there'd been a car coming, it would have been a repeat scenario 5 minutes earlier.
After 100 yards, turn left, Front Street. Turn left.
Can you pull up on the right hand side of the road? As you manoeuvre, can you reverse the back 2 car lengths, keeping close to the curb? In your own time when you're ready. Yeah, that's fine, thanks. Drive on when you're ready. It's a pass, well done, Linda, but when you pull up on the right hand side of the road, once you've used your mirrors and got your signal on, pick your spot, look well down the road at the curb. As you're pulling over, just look a couple of car lengths in front of you at the curb and get your car nice and parallel, because you have to steer left and right. Learners are not very good at pulling up parallel to the curb. You need to get it nice and parallel so you're saving yourself some hard work. But I've not marked it, but it was out a little bit with the control, having to steer one way than the other. But pull up nice and parallel next time, Linda. Minor fault number 4, Linda. You go around this bend, it's really sharp and your car's over the centre line. Now if there's a large wagon coming the other way, then you're going to cause that wagon to slow down or brake heavy or whatever. So bends to the right. If you can't see round them, keep it well to the left. Look, put your eyes towards the verge and drop into second gear before the bend. Your speed should be the slowest as you approach the bend. How to tell if a bend's really sharp. Your limit point is the furthest part of the road you can see. When you approach a bend and the limit point doesn't move away from you, you're getting close to the limit point, it's telling you that it's a sharp bend. So you need to select second gear, about a bus length back away from the bend. Linda, I've not marked this, but it was a bit slow in building your speed up. You do get near about 40 on this particular road. 30, I think you get about 37, 38. But I've taken into account the road conditions. It's dull, it's wet, you've got water line on the road, you have pedestrians that walk towards you on the pavement, and you do get a car overtake you. So as a guideline on this particular type of road, you should be looking at about 35, 40 miles an hour along, about 40 miles per hour. That would keep the driving examiner happy. And just remember, when the road opens up, check your mirrors and speed up. When the road closes down, check your mirrors and slow down. Learners, this is one of the worst manoeuvres you can do when you pass your driving test. When that little devil pops up on your shoulder and says drive faster, just ignore it. Overtaking on country roads like this is dangerous. I would only overtake if it was absolutely necessary. And this driver that overtook us, it was not necessary. Nice mirror work for passing the parked vehicles, but along this road you find yourself on the wrong side of the road because of all the parked cars. Now what learners do here is they come up a bit on the fast side. Your speed was okay, you probably would have gone into second gear for this, and you've got to be ready to pull in on the left if a car comes. What happens to a learner driver is they go a little bit on the fast side, and when a car comes towards them, they panic and they don't know whether to stop or pull in. And then they just stop in the middle of the road, braking really heavy. So if I was coming along here in my test, I'd be in the second gear and I'd be looking for a passing place on the left to pull in as soon as the car comes the other way. Minor fault number 5, Linda, not this bend but the next one, you go around far too fast. Now what you've done is you've seen the national speed limit sign and think, right at 60 I've got to speed up. No, you don't. If it's national speed limit and the road opens up, great, check your mirrors, start accelerating. But if the road doesn't open up, then there's no way I'm going to start accelerating. I think what put you off was that car that overtook you before, but you come round this bend far too fast. And if I remember, I think there's a bus coming the other way. Linda, now I know what BMW mean about how they brag about saying the minis have go-kart handling. Well, this is exactly what it is when we're going around this bend. This is go-kart handling. It was quite scary, this, Linda.
At the end of the road, turn right, Woodland Road. Turn right.
Linda, I'm going to give you a minor fault here for use of parking brake. You should have this parking brake on a hill. Now, I know there's no legal requirement to use the parking brake, but if you're sitting this long in an uphill junction on your foot brake, then that's not good practice. That parking brake should be on. The reason I'm giving you a minor fault is because when I was listening to one of the examiner's debriefings, he gave my pupil a minor fault for the same thing. He said anything could have happened there and you're stuck on the foot brake. So when you're waiting this long, put that parking brake on because it's on a hill. It's on quite a steep hill. drive on, ignore the instruction. Minor fault number 7 for you, Linda. Linda, you get a bit too close to these parked cars on the left-hand side. You're doing about 25 miles an hour, and it's just under 1.5 foot. So, as a guideline, if you can only give these cars a couple of feet, go past the 20. If you only give a foot, go past them at 10. But your speed was a little bit fast, a little bit close. You could have been moving a little bit more closer to the centre of the road and just took your foot off the gas pedal. I did ask you to pull up in a safe, convenient legal place back there, but you didn't pull up. You've done nothing wrong. There was plenty of place to pull up, which I'll go over on your next lesson. Can you pull up in a convenient place on the left? You driver when you're ready. Serious fault number 2 for Linda. Linda, what you've done is you've pulled up on the pavements. It's illegal to pull up on pavements unless signs tell you otherwise. So you should be pulling up at the side of the curb. There was only a couple of places you could pull up actually. A car length further back from where you're at now, up in between the driveways, because there's a bus stop on the right hand side. A bit further up, maybe before the bus stop and just after the bus stop. But whatever you do, do not pull up on the pavements on your driving test, or you will record a serious fault. Linda, the white van behind you is not waiting for you to let you go. It's waiting because there's a white van coming down the road that can't get past. So I hope you don't think, oh, that van's giving way to you from behind, because it's not. It's waiting for the oncoming traffic. However, you've done nothing wrong here. I hope you've realised that you're causing a hazard, like a meeting situation type of thing, and you've just looked all around and moved off to free up the meeting situation. So that's good stuff. Turn left. Minor fault number 8 for you, Linda, goes down as undue hesitation. In the examiner's words, it's a waste of road space. I tell my people to stop about a half a car length back. Tyres on tarmac, as the instructors love to say, just in case the car in front breaks down or it starts to roll back. But on a steep hill like this, I'd probably keep about a car length back. But this is too far back. If everybody kept this type of distance, the queues would be a mile long. Minor fault number 9, Linda. The signal comes off and you fail to put it back on. I wouldn't have marked if there'd been nobody there. All nice driving skills on this roundabout, Linda. Like the mirrors and signal, getting in the right lane nice and early. I like how you approach the roundabout nice and smooth. Taking the first available gap, because this can be a tricky roundabout. And when you leave the roundabout, the timing of the mirrors and the signals is top notch. So well done, Linda. It's all good stuff. Linda, you've looked at mirrors, great, then I would have signalled and then move over to the right lane. You don't do that, but I've not marked this because there's nobody behind. This particular roundabout, you have the choice of lanes to reach your destination. When you have the choice of lanes, it's much safer to pick the left of the two. However, you've gone round in the right lane, you've done nothing wrong, so the examiner won't mark this, but it can be a bit tricky if a lot of vehicles on the left are using the left lane to turn right at this roundabout. You've done nothing wrong here, Linda, coming down in the left lane. It's a bit cheeky, I suppose, but you've done nothing wrong. I can't mark you for anything. The signs clearly say the left lane's blocked, and that's why everybody's queuing in the right-hand lane. You do come down, and you do move over the right-hand lane safely. If you watch the white van, that's not how you do it. End of the road, turn left. Right, how do you think you've done?
Really bad. Really bad.
What do you think you've done wrong?
At the beginning, it's really nervous.
Yeah.
Like the first right turn.
Yes, go on.
Yeah, that one should. I should see that car coming and
Yes.
to stop and wait, but too nervous to just roll it out. So that one is really bad, and the other one is still at the beginning, like after stopping on the left and then starting the car again. That one also should not roll back, and also that is a mix up all the
right
things.
at the start, yeah.
Yeah, but after that, feel some deep breath and.
Damn, the video stopped recording and Linda was explaining everything where she thought she went wrong, which was a shame because she knew most of the stuff. Linda, overall, this wasn't too bad at all. I think what you need is a few more mock tests under your belt to get used to this scenario where you're just sitting in silence for 40 minutes, and I'm sure you'll be fine on your big day.